Also, I was learning from working on the film what the style was. And after that strange USO show, I'll call it, where the Playboy Bunnies came, I was beginning to realize that the style was ever more surreal. And in a sense, this sequence that we're now approaching, the Dolong Bridge, was kind of seen through Lance's eyes. And
Hey, you know that last tab of acid I was saving? Yeah.
Lance has just confessed that he's dropped some acid. And the entire sequence that's about to happen is shot as though that were the case, as though the entire film crew had it. And in truth, I had never experienced LSD, and certainly this wasn't influenced by that. But I was conscious of showing it through Lance's eyes and also through mythical eyes. I mean, this was clearly the inferno of Dante, and the lost souls were crying to get out, and that we were reaching a point where we were at the limit of civilization. It's almost as though, lasciate speranza chi voi entrate, abandon hope if you come to this bridge. Even the situation of the bridge was absurd. I mean, they would build the bridge and the enemy would blow it up, and then they'd build it again so they could say the bridge was working.
I don't know how happy this makes me, sir. Why? Now I can get out of here, if I can find a way.
Of course, Willard gets his last dossier. In a funny way, Willard was like myself. We were shooting these various strange episodes, and every so often I was going back to this pouch, this dossier, which was the script, and trying to figure out ultimately, okay, what is my mission? What's going to happen as the end? Knowing that as I made the film stranger and explored this phantasmagoric imagery, that the ending that I had wasn't going to work. And I was just terrified. Every night after work, I would go home and I would work on the script. I must have written 500 endings for this movie. I recall this sequence and talking to my father and saying to him, "Let the music almost sound like the hurdy-gurdy of a carnival." I remember my family was there in the Philippines during this movie, and I remember my boy Gio. He was, I don't know, maybe 13 or 14, and he wanted to be an extra in the sequence, and he was dressed up in his army fatigues, this little skinny kid in one of those foxholes. I never forget his face all blackened with war paint, but he stayed up through the night. These sequences obviously were shot through the night.